We are live. Let's share the screen. And today we are talking about Burning Man. One of my friends just came back from Burning Man. Not just came back, but we were talking about Burning Man, and he is sharing some very interesting insights. So let's learn about it. All right, start with the photos. Wow. Hmm. This is the massive semicircle that the entire city is all about. Beautiful, massive art pieces that are created, and it's a constant moving city. That's all I know. And they do burn a man. Life is a festival. Burning Man 2024. Very interesting. Okay. Annual week-long event that takes place in the Black Rock Desert of northwestern Nevada, United States. The festival is renowned for its focus on community art, self-expression, and self-reliance. Originated on June 22, 1986, when Larry Harvey and Jerry James burned an 8 foot tall human shaped sculpture on Baker Beach in San Francisco. Isn't it? No, this is still in the desert. Desert. Larry Harvey and Jerry James burned an 8 foot tall human shaped sculpture on Baker Beach in San Francisco. The event grew in popularity over the next few years, and in 1990 it was moved to its current location in the Black Rock Desert of Nevada. So it started from Baker Beach, California, and now has moved to Black Rock Desert. Dates August 25 to September 2. Location Black Rock City, Black Rock Desert, Pershing County, Nevada, US. Participants. In 2019, the event attracted 78,850 people. The Man event culminates with the burning of a large wooden effigy called The Man on the Penultimate Night. Black Rock City. Participants create a temporary city with a grid street structure, complete with villages, a medical center, an airport, and performance stages. Art installations. The festival features experimental interactive sculptures, buildings, performances, and art cars inspired by an annual theme. So interesting. Also, the fact that they make it a grid-like structure. They have an airport. Okay, we need to learn more about that. Interactive sculptures, buildings, performances, and art cars inspired by an annual theme. Principles guided by 10 principles, including radical inclusion, gifting, decommodification, and leaving no trace. I've heard this is big, leaving no trace. So, after Burning Man is done, people should have no idea that a pop up city like Black Rock City was set up over here. Economy instead of using money, attendees borrow, barter, and trade for what they need. Borrow, barter, and trade. Burning Man is guided by 10 principles, including radical inclusion, gifting, decommodification, and leaving no trace. 2024 will take place from Perplexity is working in the past. The theme for this year is Curiouser, Curiouser, and Curiouser, inspired by Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland. For the first time in a decade, the event has not sold out, which organizers attribute to economic uncertainty, rising living costs, and concerns over unexpected weather conditions. While Burning Man aims to create a utopian community, it has faced issues such as drug use, arrest, and sexual assault. The event has also been criticized for evolving from an underground gathering into a destination for social media influencers, celebrities, and Silicon Valley elites. Makes sense? Attract Tens of thousands of participants each year offering a unique experience of communal living, artistic expression, and temporary city building in desert. So they're saying, why did Burning Man fail to set out this year? Huh. Are they saying it was a failure? Interesting. 10 principles established by co founder Larry Harvey in 2004 are radical inclusion. Anyone may be a part of Burning Man with no prerequisites for participation. Gifting. The event is devoted to acts of gift giving where the value of a gift is unconditional and does not expect a return. The event is devoted to acts of gift giving where the value of a gift is unconditional and does not expect a return. Decommodification. The community aims to create environments free from commercial sponsorships, transactions, or advertising. Community aims to create environments free from commercial sponsorships, transactions, or advertising. Radical self reliance. Burning Man encourages individuals to discover, exercise, and rely on their inner resources. Discover, exercise, and rely on their inner resources. Radical self expression arises from the unique gifts of the individual offered as a gift to others while respecting the rights and liberties of the recipient. Radical self expression arises from the unique gifts of the individual offered as a gift to others while respecting the rights and liberties of the recipient. Communal effort. Community values creative cooperation and collaboration, striving to produce and protect social networks, public spaces, and works of art. Civic responsibility. Community members are expected to assume responsibility for public welfare and conduct events in accordance with local, state, and federal laws. Assume responsibility for public welfare and conduct events in accordance with local, state, and federal laws, leaving no trace, are committed to leaving no physical trace of their activities and cleaning up after themselves. Communities committed to a radically participatory ethic, believing that transformative change occurs through deeply personal participation. Values immediate experience as a touchstone seeking to overcome barriers between the self, others, society, and the natural world. Radical inclusion, gifting, radical self reliance, decommodification, radical self expression, communal effort, civic responsibility, leaving no trace, participation, immediacy. 10 symbols of Burning Man. Interesting. I still don't understand what immediacy means. Immediate experience is a touchstone seeking to overcome barriers between the self, others, society, and the natural world. What led Larry Harvey and Jerry James to make Burning Man festival? Spontaneous act that grew into cultural phenomena. On June 21, 1986, Larry Harvey called his friend Jerry James and proposed to build a wooden man and burn it on a beach in San Francisco. Elevated passions into duties. That's not enough. Passions into duties. Larry Harvey called his friend Jerry James and proposed to build a wooden man and burn it on a beach in San Francisco. This impulse was not premeditated, but rather a sudden idea. While Harvey later downplayed personal reasons, he initially told friends that the figure was an effigy of his ex girlfriend, the mother of his son. This suggests that the first burn may have been partly motivated by emotional catharsis, artistic expression. Both Harvey and James were creatively inclined. Harvey was a landscaper, and James was a professional carpenter. 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 And their skills and artistic inclinations likely contributed to the idea of creating and burning an effigy. Although Harvey denied it, Jerry James recalled that they had seen the movie The Wicker Man before the first burn, which may have subconsciously influenced the idea. Harvey had been reading The Golden Bough by Sir James George Fraser, which could have inspired the concept of burning a human figure. The immediate positive reaction from onlookers during the first burn in 1986 encouraged Harvey and James to repeat the event the following year. People enthusiastic, people's enthusiastic participation, including a woman who ran to shake the effigy's hand, affirmed the communal significance of the act. Affirmed the communal significance of the act. By the way, it's beautiful out here. It's beautiful. Countercultural motivations. Harvey described the event as reflecting Bohemian principles of sharing, cooperation, and collaboration, aligning with the natural behavior of artists in their authentic environment. Harvey described the event as reflecting Bohemian principles of sharing, cooperation, and collaboration, aligning with the natural behavior of artists in their authentic environment. A spontaneous creative impulse, personal emotional motivations, artistic inclinations, cultural influences, positive community response, and countercultural ideas. Countercultural. It's very interesting that sharing, cooperation, collaboration can now seem as countercultural. How did the first Burning Man event on Baker Beach go? Hmm. This might be it. Wow. 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 Here's how it unfolded. Preparation. Larry Harvey called his friend Jerry James on the summer solstice, proposing to burn a wooden man. They constructed an 8-foot tall effigy out of scrap lumber in a basement in Noe Valley, San Francisco. They chose Baker Beach for its isolation and abundance of driftwood. The northern portion of the beach was known as a clothing optional area, providing privacy for their gathering. Harvey, James, and about 10 friends dragged the wooden structure to Baker Beach. They doused it in gasoline and set it on fire. Is this it? Stuart Harvey. It does say 89 or 86. Interesting. Dragged the wooden structure to Baker Beach. They doused it in gasoline and set it on fire. As the man burned, the crowd grew organically. The initial group of around 12 people tripled to about 35 as curious onlookers gathered to watch the spectacle. Two notable spontaneous acts occurred during the burn. A woman ran from the crowd to stand beside the burning effigy, holding its hand as it was engulfed in flames. Someone began improvising a melody on a guitar. Harvey later described this moment. Harvey later described this moment as the instant creation of a community, making the first geometric increase of Burning Man. Let's see. I'm guessing we might get some very interesting Larry Harvey quotes. Well, it seems to me that all real communities grow out of a shared confrontation, confrontation with survival. Communities are not produced by sentiment or mere goodwill. They grow out of a shared struggle. Our situation in the desert is an incubator for community. Well, it seems to me that all real communities grow out of a shared confrontation with survival. Shared confrontation with survival. Communities are not produced by sentiment or mere goodwill. They grow out of a shared struggle. Our situation in the desert is an incubator for community. Out of nothing, everything. Conversations with Larry Harvey. Out of nothing, everything. Wow. Wow. Artists deserve to make a living. This is really cool. Well, it seems to me that all real communities grow out of a shared confrontation with survival. Communities are not produced by sentiment or mere goodwill. They grow out of a shared struggle. Our situation in the desert is an incubator for community. I elevated passions into duties. P.S. That's not. Oh, it's cut off. We take people to the threshold of religion. We take people to the threshold of religion. Our aim is to induce immediate experience that is beyond the odd, beyond the strange, and beyond the weird. It verges on the holy other, on the wholly other. We take people to the threshold of religion. Our aim is to induce immediate experience that is beyond the odd, beyond the strange, and beyond the weird. Wow. This is a good one. This is a good quote. This is not only good quote, but it is real. And that's why it kind of hits. But it seems to me that all real communities grow out of a shared confrontation with survival. Communities are not produced by sentiment or mere goodwill, they grow out of a shared struggle. Our situation in the desert is an incubator for community. Belief is thought at rest. Wow. Wow. Belief. I'm about to sneeze. I'm about to sneeze. This is the first live sneeze we have captured. Wow. This is really good. Belief is thought at rest. Thought at rest. Okay. Larry Harvey, co founder of Burning Man, was known for his insightful and thought provoking quotes. I'll believe in utopia when I meet my first perfect person, and this community is made up of 70,000 imperfect persons. If all of your self worth and esteem is invested in how much you consume, how many likes you get, or other quantifiable measures, the desire to simply possess things trumps. The desire to simply possess things trumps our ability or capability to make moral connections with people around us. If all of your self worth and esteem is invested in how much you consume, how many likes you get, or other quantifiable measures, the desire to simply possess things trumps our ability or capability to make moral connections with people around us. Interesting. Well, it seems to me that all real communities grow out of a shared confrontation with survival. Communities are not produced by sentiment or mere goodwill, they grow out of a shared struggle. I've learned never to expect people to be better than they are, but to always have faith that they can be more. I have learned never to expect people to be better than they are, but to always have faith that they can be more. Community doesn't mean that everyone has to love everybody else. But if you think that I'm just as real as you are, it's possible to be charitable and decent and kind. And out of that can grow love, and out of that can grow trust. Community doesn't mean that everyone's kind, really, or that everyone has to love everybody else. But if you think that I'm just as real as you are, it's possible to be charitable and decent and kind. And out of that can grow love, and out of that can grow trust. Interesting. I think the things that people seek can't be purchased. The things that matter most in life have an unconditional value. You cannot buy them. You can buy a friend. You can buy a lover. I think the things that people seek can be purchased, can't be purchased. The things that matter most in life have an unconditional value. You can't buy them. You can't buy a friend. You can't buy a lover. Authentic culture is disappearing faster in this world than the tropical rainforest. Authentic culture is disappearing faster in the world than tropical rainforest. This may be the essential genius of Burning Man. Out of nothing, we created everything. If you bring a little soul to the encounter, maybe you will see something you didn't look for. Maybe you'll open your heart a little and see things you didn't imagine. Wow, these quotes are good. These quotes are good. If you bring a little soul to the encounter, maybe you will see something you didn't look for. Maybe you will open your heart a little and see things you didn't imagine. I think the things that people seek can be purchased. The things that matter most in life have an unconditional value. You can't buy them. You can't buy a friend. You can't buy a lover. These quotes reflect Harvey's philosophy on community, authenticity, and the value of human connection, which are central to Burning Man ethos. What are the major events in the history of Burning Man since its inception? The history of Burning Man is marked by several significant events since its inception in '86. The first burn, 8-foot effigy burned on Baker Beach in San Francisco with about 35 people in attendance. 86, 1990, 93, 98, 2001, 2008, 11, 13, 16. Wow, look at this. Look at this. Wow. What is this? It's beautiful. Moved to Black Rock Desert. They were relocated to Black Rock Desert in Nevada after police intervention prevented the burning on Baker Beach. The This move marked the beginning of Burning Man as we know it today. Introduction of art. The man was decorated with neon lighting for the first time, starting a tradition that continues to this day. Significant growth and challenges. The event opened to the public, leading to rapid growth. The first fatality occurred in a motorcycle crash. Burning Man faced legal and organizational challenges, leading to the formation of a management structure. BlackRock City LLC was formed to manage the increased liability and new permit requirements. The event moved to Hualapai Playa due to permit issues in BlackRock Desert. Grid streets were introduced and a driving ban was implemented. Massive growth. Attendance surpassed 25,000 participants. 10 principles established. Larry Harvey formalized the 10 principles of Burning Man, which have guided the event's culture since. Arson. The man was prematurely burned by a prankster, but was rebuilt for the regular Saturday burn. Largest Burning Man. The event reached its peak with nearly 66,000 participants. The tallest man effigy was burned 105 feet. Oh wow. Due to the pandemic, the in person event was cancelled and a virtual burn week was held online. That's interesting. How did they do Burning Man online? Weather crisis. Torrential rains and flooding left thousands of attendees stranded, leading to the implementation of emergency protocols. What are some of the most memorable art installations in Burning Man history? Wow. Is this AI generated? Wow. This is cool. This is cool. That's really cool. Burning Man has become home to numerous memorable art installations over the years. Monumental sculptures. Bliss Chance, created by Marco Cochrane. 40-foot tall sculpture of a dancing woman celebrated feminine beauty and power. Okay, this one. Beautiful. Became an iconic symbol for the festival. The steel figure weighing over 3 tons became an iconic symbol of the festival. Embrace, 7-story wooden sculpture, depicted two human figures in an embrace. It served as a spiritual center dedicated to human relationships and a spectacularly burned and was spectacularly burned during the event. The temple commissioned artists to build temples as spiritual focal points. Notable examples include the Temple of Transition, one of the largest installations in Burning Man history, standing 126 feet tall. Sacred space for reflection, celebration, and commemorating life transitions. Interactive Big Rig Jig created by Micros, made from two repurposed oil tanker trucks. Visitors could climb through the twisted structure, offering a unique perspective on consumerism and the oil industry. Oh wow. The Wheel of Fortune, interactive divination tool featuring the 22 major arcana cards of the tarot, allowing participants to explore their future through a circular structure of 22 doors. Hmm. Dreambox, a video booth by Teddy Saunders, where participants could record their life dreams and goals, which were then shared on an outdoor theater. Illuminated art, deep thought, created by Hai Kozo. This geometric form made of 20 golden panels cast intricate shadows and light patterns, offering a mesmerizing visual experience day and night. El Pulpo Mecanico, a flaming octopus made of recycled metal featuring fire breathing tentacles that became a popular attraction. El Pulpo Mecanico, conceptual pieces. Alexander Milov's sculpture depicted adult figures as metal cages with illuminated child figures inside, symbolizing inner purity and the need for human connection. Banned campfire. This installation addressed the concept of book burning without actually carrying out the act, provoking thought about censorship and freedom of expression. I'm curious about the rig jig. Big rig jig. That's interesting. Wow. Whoa. So these are actual oil tankers that have been bent. Whoa. This photo is so cool. Wow. Wow. Big Rig Jig, created by artist Mike Ross in 2007, is one of the most memorable art installations in Burning Man history. This monumental sculpture stands 42 feet tall and is constructed from two repurposed 18-wheeler tanker trucks. Sculpture features two decommissioned trucks artfully twisted and intertwined, creating a striking visual effect. Ross and his team completed the project in just 3 months with a crew of seven full-time workers and assistants from the Northern California community. Big Rig Jig serves as a commentary on the global oil industry and its impact on political, social, and environmental systems. He was inspired by his fascination with power in various forms, including raw physical force and more abstract political and economic power. Visitors can enter the lower truck and climb through the tankers. A viewing platform is accessible between the rear axles, 42 feet above the ground. Hmm, wow. Interior features steel truss work that allows participants to climb safely. Debuted at Burning Man 2007 in Black Rock Desert, Nevada, exhibited at Coachella following its Burning Man debut, featured in Banksy's Dismaland show in UK, now permanently installed in Las Vegas, commissioned by Tony Say. Wow, wow. Let's check out El Pulpo Mecanico, the octopus. The octopus must be cool as well. Let's see. Whoa. Okay, this is a popular one. Right, right, right. It's not it's not beautiful, but it is cool. This is Mad Max. This is Mad Max. Spectacular art installation that has become an iconic presence in Burning Man and other events. 26-foot tall mechanical octopus is a prime example of creative and interactive art that defines Burning Man culture. Created by Duane Flatmo, an American artist from Arcata, California, built on a 1973 Ford 250 4x4 truck. Okay. Constructed primarily from recycled metal scrap, features eight mechanical tentacles, eight bulging eyes, and four mouths, equipped with fire breathing capabilities. Fire breathing. Yeah, this one. This one. Fire breathing. Inspiration came during Flatmore's visit to La Piñeta, Mexico, where he built the first model using junk found on local streets. Powered by a giant cam system, not hydraulics or computers, moves its tentacles, eyes, and jaws using mechanical means, equipped with four 50-gallon propane tanks for fire effects, can shoot flames up to 30 feet from its tentacles and head. Okay? The sound of escaping flames can be used as a percussion instrument. Debuted at Burning Man in 2011, returned to Burning Man in 2012, 2013, 2014, featured at Nocturnal Wonderland 2011, appeared at Electric Daisy Carnival 2012, and showcased at Arts Alive in Eureka. Wow, wow. It left a lasting impression on the Burning Man community and beyond, provided transportation for actress Susan Sarandon at Burning Man, impressed San Francisco firefighters with a head fire inspector giggling like a child while operating it, inspired the creation of successor El Pulpo Magnifico after the original was sold to a private party. El Pulpo Magnifico, Mecánico. Whoa, whoa, wow, wow. This massive fire-breathing mechanical octopus made its debut in Burning Man in 2022. 28 feet tall, constructed from recovered metal, equipped with moving tentacles that shoot flames, synchronized fire effects with onboard music, built on a retrofitted truck for mobility, carries 200 gallons of propane for its fire effects, was funded by the sale of its predecessor, El Pulpo Mecánico, to a buyer in Austin, Texas in 2021. It has become a popular attraction at events, drawing crowds and creating spectacular visual displays. Events in San Bernardino and Eureka, California, featured at Transfix, a new outdoor art gallery in Las Vegas. This gallery provides a rare opportunity for the public to experience these massive art pieces outside of the festival context. At Transfix, Flatmore's creation continues to captivate audience with its impressive size, intricate mechanical design, and dramatic fire effects. What inspiration led Duane Flatmore to create El Pulpo Mecanico? Combination of his artistic background, experiences with kinetic art, and a creative spark during his time in Mexico. Wow, so much stuff. Kinetic sculpture racing. A long history of creating kinetic sculptures for the Grand Championship Kinetic Sculpture Race in Humboldt County, California, known as the Triathlon of the Art World, involves building human powered art vehicles capable of traversing land, water, and sand. His experience designing imaginative functional sculptures laid the foundation for his work on El Polvo Mecánico. After attending Burning Man, he was inspired by the festival's culture of large scale interactive art and mutant vehicles. This motivated him to create his own mutant vehicle for the event. While staying in La Piñeta, they de Jaltemba, Mexico. He scavenged local trash to build a 3-foot prototype of El Pulpo Mechanical. This became the basis for the full-sized, flame-throwing octopus he later constructed. Passion for using recycled materials in his creation was built from scrap materials sourced from Arcata scrap and salvage, reflecting his commitment to repurposing discarded objects into art. The octopus's movements and fire effects were powered by a unique cam system rather than hydraulics or computers, showcasing his inventive approach to design. Wow. Tell me story of why Burning Man moved to Black Rock Desert. Prompted by a series of events and challenges faced by the organizers in San Francisco. 90 Burning Man had significantly outgrown its original location on Baker Beach. It had significantly outgrown its original location on Baker Beach in San Francisco. The event was attracting larger crowds, which led to legal and logistical challenges. During that year's event, authorities prevented the burning of the man on the beach, leaving spectators disappointed and angry. The Cacophony Society connection. The transition to Black Rock Desert was facilitated by a fortuitous connection with the Cacophony Society, a group known for organizing unconventional outings called zone trips. Several members of the society, including John Law, Kevin Evans, and B. Sagal, had suggested the Black Rock Desert in northern Nevada as an alternative site. Unconventional outings called zone trips. After investigating other potential coastal sites in Northern California and finding them unsuitable, Larry Harvey, the founder of Burning Man, accepted the proposal to relocate to the Black Rock Desert. This decision was made somewhat on faith, as Harvey hadn't yet seen the location himself. For Labor Day weekend, the organizers rented a truck to transport the man and personal gear. A group of 80 to 100 participants made the journey to the remote desert location. The first desert burn was considered Zone Trip 4 by Cacophony Society. The vast open playa of the Black Rock Desert provided the perfect backdrop for Burning Man to evolve without the restrictions it faced in urban areas. This move allowed the event to grow in both size and scope, transforming it from a local San Francisco gathering into a larger, more complex experience. How did the Cacophony Society influence the relocation of Burning Man? Members included John Law, Kevin Evans, and B. Siegel. Proposed the Black Rock Desert in northern Nevada as an alternative site. Zone Trip 4 organized the first Desert Burning Man as Zone Trip 4, A Bad Day at Black Rock, inspired by the 1955 film. The trip was announced in the Cacophony Society's newsletter, inviting members to participate. John Law, a defining founder of the Cacophony Society, took on central organizing functions for the first desert event. His experience with the dry lake environment proved invaluable. Michael McKell, another active cacophonist, created the Black Rock Rangers to help ensure participants' safety in the unfamiliar desert environment. The penchant for urban exploration, unconventional events, and public intervention significantly shaped Burning Man's emerging culture. Drawing on his experience in the sign business, John Law prepared custom neon tubes for the man starting in 91, making it visible as a navigation beacon at night. Interesting. What were the legal and organizational challenges in 1996 leading to the formation of a management structure? Let's see. When did Burning Man become a real company? Several significant legal and organizational challenges, rapid growth. Attendance had grown exponentially. Attendance had grown exponentially, reaching about 8,000 participants. This rapid expansion made the previous ad hoc decision making methods insufficient for managing the complex task of organizing a growing city. Event ended with a 30,000 debt. Additionally, it was estimated that about a third of attendees did not pay admission, further straining the organization's finances. There were fatalities at the 96 event, which raised serious safety concerns and highlighted the need for better management and oversight. The Bureau of Land Management began enforcing stricter permit requirements, necessitating a more formal organizational structure to comply with these new regulations. Events growth led to disagreements among the organizers about the future direction of Burning Man. This culminated in John Law, one of the key organizers, wanting to end the event entirely. Oh wow. Formation of management structure. To address these challenges, Larry Harvey and Michael Mickle decided to continue the event with a more structured approach. They established a formal senior staff in 96. In 97, they formed Black Rock City LLC, creating an executive policy making body. Organization developed multiple tiers of decision making and consensus formation. Departments within the project evolved their own senior staffs. Interesting. Were all the CEOs heads of Burning Man from 1980 up until now? relatively small number of leaders. Larry Harvey was the original founder and leader of Burning Man. He co-founded the event with Jerry James in '86 and served as its primary visionary and leader until 2013. He held the title of executive director of BlackRock City LLC, which was formed in '97 to manage the growing event. Marianne Goodell. When Burning Man transitioned from a limited liability company to a non-profit organization, Marianne Goodell became the first chief executive officer of Burning Man Project. She continues to serve in this role today. Has always had a collaborative leadership structure. While these individuals held or hold the top executive positions, the organization has been guided by a group of co-founders and key staff members. Burning Man. This is the Burning Man 2002. Whoa. Wow. These are all the different styles. What was the first Burning Man fatality? Let's see. It's kind of really cool if they're able to maintain this grid, like this semicircle structure throughout. First Burning Man fatality occurred in a motorcycle crash in '96 when Michael Fury died in an accident on the road leading to the Black Rock Desert. Fury was a neon glass bender and had been attending Burning Man since around '93. He was described as a hardcore punk and a Hunter Thompson-esque character who was known for his wild behavior. He was riding his bicycle to the site when the accident occurred. He had been drinking earlier that day and was reportedly driving recklessly, circling around vehicles on the road and playing a dangerous game of chicken with a van carrying Burning Man supplies. This fatality occurred the evening before the event officially began, which led to some controversy about whether it should be considered a Burning Man related death. Tell me all about the weather crisis of Burning Man 2023. Wow, this is crazy. This is crazy. Your cars were just stuck. Massive lines. I'm actually really surprised. Why do they have massive lines? What if they just. It's a desert. It's all land. Interesting. Interesting. Significant event that disrupted the annual festival held in Black Rock Desert. The festival was hit with 2 to 3 months worth of rain in just 24 hours between Friday and Saturday morning. This heavy rainfall turned the normally dry desert playa into a muddy, flooded area. The rain created thick, ankle deep mud that was difficult to walk or bike through. Roads in and out of the festival were closed from Friday night until Monday due to the muddy conditions. Organizers halted all entering and leaving of the festival site. Organizers halted all entering and leaving of the festival site. Most scheduled events and live performances were cancelled due to the weather. The burning of the man, the festival's climactic event, was postponed for a day. Over 70,000 people remained trapped at the festival site. Attendees were told to shelter in a place and conserve food, water, and fuel. Some people attempted to leave on foot, hiking miles through the mud to reach main roads. Vehicles, including RVs, were stuck in place due to the muddy conditions. Organizers brought in mobile cell towers to improve connection. They deployed buses to nearby Gerlach to transport people who managed to walk off the playa to Reno. Resources were brought in from around northern Nevada to help with medical needs. Four-wheel drive vehicles were sourced to help with urgent situations. Aftermath. The exodus of attendees leaving the site faced significant delays, with some experiencing 8-hour waits to exit. A massive cleanup operation began after the festival, expected to last about 3 weeks. The weather crisis sparked discussions about climate change and its impact on outdoor events like Burning Man. Interesting. So this hasn't happened before. This was the first time that there was a weather crisis that had a massive impact. Shelter in place or attendees were instructed to shelter in place and conserve food, water, oil. Driving ban was implemented to prevent vehicles from getting stuck in mud. Getting stuck in the mud and exceptions for emergency vehicles. Mobile cell towers were deployed to enhance communication capabilities. Buses were arranged to transport people who managed to walk off the playa to Reno. Organization's Wi-Fi system was configured for public access to improve communication, including radio broadcast. Ice was rationed to help preserve food supplies. Organizers worked with local authorities and emergency management to address the situation. Interesting. Hmm. Implement the grid system for Black Rock City. Safety concerns. Highlighting the need for better organization and emergency access. The grid system was designed to allow emergency vehicles to easily locate incidents using an address system. Oh, okay, okay. Interesting, interesting. Large scale sound art, Esplanade. This is two sector, three sector. Oh, Hmm. Two, three, four, five, six, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Okay, very interesting. Center Camp, Rods Road, walk-in camping area, large theme camps and villages, the plaza. Very interesting. Very interesting how this entire city is set up. Wow. And I'm guessing this is where the Burning Man, the man is burned. Wow. Black Rock City, move map, move map, move map. And this is how it looks like. And people are just driving across. I'm guessing most of the art installations are over here. Rapid growth. Attendance had grown about 8,000 participants, necessitating a more structured layout to manage the expanding population. The Bureau of Land Management began enforcing stricter permit requirements. Organizers recognized the need for a layout that would facilitate the flow of people and supplies, provide basic services, and be easy navigable for attendees. Grid system was created by Rod Garrett, an architect, and implemented by BlackRock City Department of Public Works, founded by Will Roger Peterson and Flynn Moth. Concentric streets arranged in an arc around the central Burning Man figure, with radial streets intersecting them like spokes or a wheel. The system also incorporated familiar features from previous events and supported the artistic and expressive nature of the Burning Man community. Interesting. Hmm. Tell me about what an average Burning Man Burning Man festival looks like. What can one expect across the 7 days of the festival? Let's see if we have something. Average Burning Man Festival is a week-long event that transforms the Black Rock Desert in Nevada into a temporary metropolis called Black Rock City. Laid out in a circular shape resembling a clock face, man stands at the center with the temple at 12 o'clock and center camp at 6 o'clock. Streets radiate out from the center, creating a unique urban grid. Daily life morning. Many participants start their day with shifts at their theme camps, contributing to the community by offering services or experiences. People explore the city, visit art installations, attend workshops, or relax in camps. As the sun sets, the playa comes alive with music parties and illuminated art cars crisscrossing the desert. Attendees can experience large-scale art installations scattered across the playa, interactive sculptures and buildings created by participants, impromptu performances and live music, art cars, mutant vehicles roaming the city. Participants can visit or join theme camps which offer various experiences, such as relaxation spaces with cold drinks and massages, dance parties with DJs, workshop and activities, communal kitchens, and gathering spaces. The man burn. On Saturday night, the wooden effigy of the man is burned in a spectacular ceremony. On the final Sunday, the temple is burned in a more solemn, reflective event. Popular night featuring big name DJs and all night parties. Attendees are encouraged to participate actively, whether through creating art, performing, and volunteering. The event operates on a gift economy with no money exchange except for ice and coffee at center camp. Except for ice and coffee. Participants practice radical self reliance, bringing all necessary supplies for the week. Weather and environment. Days are typically hot and dusty, while nights can be cold. Dust storms are common, requiring participants to be prepared with goggles and dust masks. Let's see. Can participants bring their phone and use Apple Pay at Burning Man? So they still have to pay for ice and coffee. Let's see what we have. Check if participants can bring their phones to Burning Man and if Apple Pay is accepted at the event. Look for specific guidelines or rules regarding the use of mobile payment methods like Apple Pay at Burning Man. Yes, Apple Pay is accepted. Nice. Allowed to bring their phones, but cell service is typically unreliable due to the remote location. So attendees use their phones for taking photos, videos, or accessing offline resources like maps or schedules. Burning Man, phone booth, talk to God, talk to God. Interesting, interesting. A pirate ship. Nice. Taking photos, videos, or accessing offline resources like maps or schedules. Out of respect for the community, it's advised to ask permission before taking photos of others. Is ice sold at Arctica locations? Ice can be purchased using Apple Pay, credit cards, or cash. Electronic payments are preferred. No other goods or services are sold on the playa due to Burning Man's principle of decommodification. Participants should prepare for largely cashless and self-reliant environment where gifting and bartering are central to the experiences. Marie and Goodell quotes on Burning Man. Let's see. Life is a festival. Secure its future after falling short in revenue. This is in Burning Man, referring to discriminatory behavior and attitudes that go against the event's principles. Burning Man is not built for you, it is built by you. Burning Man is not a festival. The invitation to participate is more than an invitation to have an amazing experience. It's about creating that experience for yourself and those around you. We must preserve and protect the community ethos that sets Burning Man apart from mass produced events. Post of gratitude, cross reference with hashtags started off slow and innocently enough, but are now wildly out of control. One of the most distressing trends is the increase of participants, both new and experienced, who don't seem invested in co-creating Black Rock City and are attending as consumers. Burning Man is anything but convenient, and therein lies its transformative potential. What was her role before that? Let's see. Let's see. She became the CEO of Burning Man project in 2013 as part of the. Oh, so I'm guessing she directly joined as the CEO. As part of the organization's transition from an LLC to a nonprofit, this transition was agreed upon by the founders in 2011 to better align with the event's philosophy. She was trusted by other founders to handle the transition expertly, given her years of hard work on the festival and her management experience. Held several key roles within the Burning Man organization: Director of Business and Communication, Head of the Black Rock City Department of Public Works. Six co-founders who formed the Burning Man LLC in 97. Okay, so she's an early member. Her involvement with Burning Man began when she first attended as a participant in 95. She had introduced herself to Larry Harvey. Oh wow. She had introduced herself to Larry Harvey, the founder, began helping with the event initially in the capacity of Larry's girlfriend. Her professional background before fully committing to Burning Man included working as a project manager for Ford.com, where she was the website's fifth employee. Interesting. How did Marianne Goodell's relationship with Larry Harvey impact her role at Burning Man? This is interesting. So he got time to train her. If this is Larry Harvey, he looks very similar. He looks very much like George Clooney. Initial involvement. Goodell first became involved with Burning Man 96 in the capacity of Larry's girlfriend, which introduced her to the inner workings of the organization. Dating Harvey helped Goodell gain his trust, which was crucial for her future leadership. As she stated, I think that's part of how he came to trust me. Relationship to Goodell becoming one of the six founding members who formed the Burning Man LLC in 97. Goodell's close relationship with Harvey allowed her to influence key decisions such as urging him to write up the list of the festival's values, which became the 10 principles of Burning Man. The trust and experience Goodell gained through her relationship with Harvey contributed to her being chosen as CEO when Burning Man transitioned to a nonprofit. Goodell and Harvey remained close friends and collaborators, with Goodell describing him as her best friend. Very interesting. Uniquely expressive acts get transformed and elaborated into social rights, and through participation, uniquely expressive acts get transformed and elaborated into social rights, and through participation, they accrue a breadth and depth of meaning which can only be produced in a communal setting. This is the primal process by which culture is created. Uniquely expressive acts get transformed and elaborated into social rights, and through participation, they accrue a breadth and depth of meaning which can only be produced in a communal setting. It is a primal process by which culture is created. I don't believe in supreme beings as religion does, but I think being is supreme, and that has become my spiritual attitude. I see creativity as a way to achieve a sense of intensified being and therefore identity. I don't believe in supreme beings as religion does, but I think being is supreme, and that has become my spiritual attitude. I see creativity as a way to achieve a sense of intensified being and therefore identity. At most festivals, there is a social engineering that takes place, and it's designed to increase consumption. The producers make their money by featuring headliners, targeting demographics, bending at scale, and through commercial sponsorships. We don't do those things. What we've always done is form the context of society, and all of this is not in service of the bottom line, but is aimed at generating greater social interaction. It seems to me that given the problems we are facing on every front, economical, environmental, political, what's needed is a kind of ethical, cultural revolution. I've always discouraged people calling me a visionary because that's one step away from saying that you are heads in the clouds and you don't really know what you're doing, that you just spout ideas. That's one step away from saying that you are heads in the clouds and you don't really know what you're doing, that you just spout ideas. The essence of the desert is that you are free to create your own world, your own visionary reality. Both Burning Man and the internet make it possible to regather the tribe of mankind. What we have to do is make progress in the quality of connection between people, not the quantity of consumption. What we have to do is make progress in the quality of connection between people, not the quantity of consumption. The essence of desert is that you are free to create your own world, your own visionary reality. Both Burning Man and the internet make it possible to regather the tribe of mankind. Black rock gives us all a chance to heal, to become ourselves. This was really cool. All right, that is the stream. Thank you.